Hey everybody, it's the EDHTakes guys here. We decided that there's a lot of controversy on the power level system, and we wanted to clear things up and give kind of a definitive answer to the power level discussion.
Yeah, a lot of times people, make power scales that are a little bit too complex, or like the specific places on the scale aren't very intuitive, like what they mean. So we're gonna try to keep this as simple as possible.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off. We're gonna do a simple here. You need to
Oh, sure.
make
Make it more straight.
Yeah, we're gonna make a line.
There we go.
Or a little straight edge there.
Yeah. So to start off in the middle of the scale, so this is going to be, for those familiar with other more complicated tier scales, it's like a 5. We're going to put this as the average commander deck, okay? And that means that this is the deck that you will find no matter where you go when you play commander. All right, moving on from there, let's go down a step. What is this tier, Eli?
So this obviously, I think that would be bad pre-con.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's as clear as the yellow crayon.
Yeah. And then one step below that, you get to bad +2, or I suppose -2 would make more sense. And then you're at 0, which means that your deck doesn't exist.
And that would be the worst deck if you didn't have one.
Yeah.
You couldn't
play commander.
You can't win that game, so
it's literally impossible. All right, and now right above the average deck that you'll find at any game store.
I think that's good pre-con.
Good pre-con, yeah. Good. And then above that, you start getting to, I think, nitro casuals at this point, right?
Yeah, you're approaching. Yeah, nitro casual.
Yep. So sometimes people would call this like starting to get like more tuned or more competitive casual, but nitro casual is a much more intuitive word to describe that.
Yeah, and see, the mistake most people make, the final category, I feel like most people would assume is CDH, but that's where we got a leg up for our power level tier scale here is CDH. We're gonna shift that into a whole other world. So this is kind of like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah. So here we have SEDH, which is Sigma EDH. Right below CEDH, you get to Sigma tier. So here, if we need to shift this, let's use the other.
Let's enter the next dimension. So this is going to be.
This is your CEDH scale. So let's try this. So let's start here at bad. This is a deck that is the worst CEDH deck. And it's about here.
So if you were going to use like the primitive number system, this would be like a 9.27.
Yeah.
I
think maybe 7 plus Euler's number is about where this fits. So, and then once you start get, above bad, you get to good. And good is a little bit subjective because in CEDH, it's really more of a political game than most people think. So good sometimes is worse than bad. So this good here kind of sits in a superposition of good and below bad, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense.
Yeah, and then right here you have tier 0, which means your Winota decks of the world. The best CEDH decks possible. But you also have not just CEDH, but, we also have to go into we had our casual stuff over here, but we've got...
Yeah, there's a section, I think, within the nitro casual. Mm-hmm. This is the portal to this new list.
So you have nitro casual here.
Because there could be a lot within that.
And you kind of skip over to a new tier. And with here, you get you have like a whole box. It's not really it kind of transcends. If in school you learn how to do this to make a 3-dimensional box, well, right here, Nitro Casual exists on the top plane of this box, whereas Sigma EDH, exists on a different plane, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So other things that are contained in this Nitro Casual box are things like JEDH, that is Josh Lee Kwai EDH. Jimmy EDH is kind of more around here, I would say.
Yeah, which is also JEDH, but it's pretty different. It's a lowercase j.
Yeah, lowercase j. I'll write that down. Oh, I forgot how to write a lowercase j. There we go. And then you've also got the cursive JEDH, but that's something totally different, so we ignore that.
It's a little foreign.
Yeah. And underneath this box actually is a saucer, because the box needs something to sit on top of. And this is kind of synonymous with flat Earth theory. And this is the flat Earth EDH tier. I think that's pretty intuitive, so let's move on from there.
I think Sheldon has talked about how that's what they like to play at around. Which I think is a pretty good entry level to the format, and what most people should probably aspire to.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pipeline to
affix these together.
Yeah, it's otherwise you're not gonna. I mean, that's how it'd be.
You don't want to lose this part, because then you might struggle to understand what Nitro Casual means. It's really quite simple, but in case there was any doubt, we got this here to lay that out for you.
Mm-hmm. And flat Earth theory really is only green and blue decks, because that's the color of the Earth. As it's obvious. So we were talking about the three-dimensionality of this. Well, how you actually represent that is you start folding the paper.
Oh my God.
And make like an origami kind of situation going on here. And as you might expect, these are all on a flat plane, but the decks right here are a level DA deck.
It really upsets me, Spencer, how nobody ever in this whole discussion has ever thought to do something like this.
Well, the thing with the decks in this tier is that they are quite literally a level above the rest of the list.
And you can see that.
You can see that. It's pretty simple. It's not...
The Earth might be flat, but the power level scale is not.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty obvious. So I might have to add one more piece of paper here, because, I didn't think we were going to get this in-depth, but below the zero deck, you've got things like Soldier Tribal, where you're really just not trying to win.
Probably like Angel Tribal.
Yeah. Angel. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and say all Tribal, maybe, down here. This is the -4.
Yeah, we want to be inclusive. That's why this might seem like there's a lot of different tiers, but there's a lot of different ways to play.
Yeah.
And all are equally valid.
Yeah. So all of them are equally valid. And then right below here, kind of in like a spiral, we have dirt. And this is when you bring your potted plant to the table.
Because, yeah, you should make plants feel welcome.
Magic should be welcome to all players, even a more botanical variety. So I think that's about what we have for this power scale. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys can bring this to your next discussion, your next Rule Zero discussion, so you all can be on equal terms.
Oh. Sorry. So thank you guys for watching this. I hope this cleared some stuff up, and yeah, we will be back at you. I've been Elijah Samuelson,
And I've been Spencer Cook.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll get some new videos out soon.
See ya.